Hey viewers, the Colonel speaking to you live from the Grange for British Imperial YouTube Broadcasting. Today we've got a special Marconi record, Electrical Interference with Broadcast Reception, Parts 7 and 8, the last two. Here we go, viewers. See what you think of these.
This record illustrates the interference which may be caused by electrical apparatus in which contacts are intermittently being made and broken. Two types of flashing signs are frequently used for advertising purposes: the simple thermostatically controlled flasher and the more elaborate motor-driven sign. The operation of the thermostatically controlled switch in the blinker type will interfere with reception in this way. Note the series of intermittent splutters occurring at more or less regular intervals. Similar interference may arise from other thermostatically controlled apparatus, such as heating pads, water heaters, incubators, and so on, the difference being only in the time intervals between successive splutters. Listen to this type of interference again. The connection of a resistance and condenser in this circuit, as described on page 25 of the Marconiphone manual, will eliminate such noise. More elaborate flashing signs are motor operated, and even when the motor itself is non-interfering, there may be interference from the continual making and breaking of the circuits in the sign. Here is the background of noise given by such a sign. Note the continuous series of pattering clicks corresponding to every circuit made or broken by the contacts in the sign mechanism. Listen again. Such an installation should be treated as described on pages 26 and 27 of the Marconiphone manual. Any mechanism which is operated by electrical relays is a potential source of interference and may give rise to a background of noise like this. You hear a series of sharp clicks, which in this case occur at regular intervals, although of course with other mechanisms there is often some irregularity. Listen for the relay clicks again. The interference caused by these installations can be suppressed either by connecting condensers across the switch or relay contacts, or, in more serious cases, by connecting a filter unit in the supply mains. Full details of both methods are given on pages 24 and 25 of the manual. The operation of electric light or other switches may give rise to interference like this.
I understand that listeners to the Daventry National transmitter missed the opening announcement of this concert. I apologize to them. The concert is given by the Northern Studio Orchestra, directed by John Bridge, in the National Programme from Manchester, with also Stanley Cave, pianoforte.
There is a click every time the switch is operated. This interference can be suppressed by connecting condensers across the switch or across the mains, as described on page 24 of the manual.
That really must be a big manual, viewers. Right on to the last side.
If the electrical wiring of the building or any fittings, such as fuse holders, switches or lamp sockets connected to it are loose or defective, interference may be experienced due to the intermittent contact. Here is a reproduction of the interference caused by a faulty fuse holder. There is a continual spluttering due to the fault in the circuit. This may only be apparent when there are vibrations caused in the building by heavy traffic passing or other movements. Listen to that once more. When interference of this sort exists, it is obvious that the replacement or the repair of the faulty portion of the supply circuit is necessary. Lifts in a nearby building generally give rise to two distinct kinds of interference. Here is the interference caused by a lift ascending 2 floors and stopping at the intermediate floor. You hear controller plonks and a rushing noise as the lift starts, motor interference whilst it is running, and another controller plonk as it stops. Here is that interference again. This type of plant can be rendered free from interference by connecting suitable filter units to the operating gear, as described on page 28 of the Marconiphone manual. Traffic control signals may give rise to interference of one or more types. Here is the interference caused by the switching of the circuit when the lights change color. You hear a pop every time the light circuits are changed. The mechanism operating the time control may also give rise to trouble. In motor-driven signals, there may be continual motor noise accompanying the pops, like this. This motor noise can be suppressed in the usual manner by connecting condensers to it, as described on pages 19 and 20 of the Marconiphone manual. If the time control is relay operated, then there is a regular pop due to these relays, like this. The interference caused by any type of signal is readily suppressed by the filter circuit shown on pages 26 and 27. This filter unit is fitted as a standard component by several manufacturers and will in future be incorporated in all new signals when necessary.
And that's the lot, viewers. Thank goodness for that. And now you know all about radio interference. Thank you, viewers, and goodbye.